that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, another special Kickstarter review, and today I'm very excited to be checking out Captoons, a game of comic foreplay and social intercourse. This is for 4 to 12 players, ages 17 and up. It'll take about 30 to 90 minutes to play. And in Captoons, you will be playing down cartoons without a punchline, trying to fill in a punchline. But as you can guess, this is ages 17 and up, so the punchlines are risque, as are some of the comics that you're going to see in there. So if you have sensitive ears, be sure to click off right now. But is it good? Is it bad? Let's open up and see how it works. Alright then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Captoons, a game of comic foreplay and social intercourse. Now I do want to mention, this is an adult game, so if you have sensitive ears around you, or you have sensitive ears yourself, be sure to turn it off right now. So in this game, what you're going to be doing is you are going to be laying out various different cartoons, such as this, and then getting captions that you're going to be trying to play on the cartoons, such as these. If the judge says that you have the funniest caption for the cartoon that is out right there, then you will gain the caption, and if you can be the first person to get to 5 cartoons, or whatever number you agree to play upon, then you will be the winner of Captoons. Pretty simple if you've ever played any games such as Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, Say Anything, Help Wanted, anything like that, you will be right at home with this game. So, let's get into the gameplay and show you exactly how it works. So first and foremost, we're going to have our handy dandy rule sheet right here. It is one page, double-sided, full color, and it's a very, very simple game, very simple rule sheet. In fact, this is just an alternate variant that goes over a betting option, which I'll be using the money over here, which we'll get into in a second. But this is all you're going to need to first start the game. Incredibly simple game. Next, you're going to get the cash, which I spoke of earlier, and as you can see, this one has Bill Clinton on it, and this one has George W. on it, and those are $2 and $3 bills. You will only be using this for the Hold'em variant, which I'll get into in a couple minutes. So, next you're going to get your big old cartoon cards right here, and you got a big stack of these cartoon cards. Let's have a look at some of these so you can see exactly what's going on. They remind me of like those cartoons that you might have seen in like 1980s and 1990s Playboys. If you ever snuck those out of your dad's bedroom or your mom's bedroom, whatever, we're equal opportunity here. And so yeah, as you can see, they don't have any captions on them because you are actually going to be putting the captions on these cartoons. Now I will say most of these are not just overtly offensive where you're going to flip it over and you're going to be like, oh, that's disgusting. Now there are a few in there that might have some boobies or something like that, or some man boobs, but for the most part they are, you know, not too bad offensive-wise. Next, you're going to have your caption cards. Now, each player is going to have 8 of these caption cards in his hand. So let's just go ahead and draw up to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll just get into how the gameplay works. We went over the money. Last thing I wanted to mention is that there are going to be some blank cards in there so you can make your own hilarious captions. So we've drawn 8 cards, we've decided who the judge is, then we're going to flip over our first caption. And what we got here is we got a nice little deserted island, except there's one guy and one very, very attractive lady. Hey. So we'll set that one down, and now you're going to take a look at your hand, and you're going to be playing down one of your cards to try and make the funniest caption that will appeal to the judge. So please place your seat in the upright position. Not really. This must be what Willis was talking about. I don't think that one applies. Can I get it wrapped in a pretty box? Maybe. Probably a throwaway, though. What should I do? What could I do? She closed the front door. Doesn't make sense. I don't skinny dip anymore. Now I chunky dunk. Doesn't make any sense. Want to take a crack at it? Once again. Want to butter my Jiffy Pop? That one's pretty funny, but it doesn't make much sense in this context. And a hard man is good to find. That one, you know what? I might go with that one. We didn't particularly have any great ones, so we might put that one down. So let's go ahead and draw 8 more, and we'll see what our opponents played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we draw 8 cards for representing one of our opponents. We'll take a look at some of the captions that he had, so you can just get more of an example of the different captions. Was your birthday suit made to order? Can a vegetarian eat an animal cracker? I don't understand that one at all. Check out Big Woody's Morning Special. I like that one a lot. I love a girl with a party mouth. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Was it the battle of the climax? Sorry, no deposit, no return. Do you think you need a practice round? Trust me, it truly is a fountain of youth. So we're going to go with check out Big Woody's Morning Special. And then you would flip these over, and then the person that is being the judge would read them off, and then they would decide which one they thought was the funniest, and that person would get that cartoon. Now, you're going to discard all of these cards right down here, and in this game, this is kind of unique, you have the option to discard as many of your cards as you want right now. So you could say, you know what, I don't like any of my cards, I'm going to get rid of all these, and then draw back up to 8 cards. However, the thing is, when you draw back up to 8 cards, you can only do that the very first round. So you can only say, you know what, I hate this hand, and get rid of it the very first round. And you can only do that once, obviously. Every other time, all you're going to be doing is drawing 1 card to replace your old card, and then the cartoon Captoon master is going to be moving 1 spot to the left, and they would reveal a new thing, and everyone would once again lay down their cards, read them off, and can I get it wrapped in a pretty box, and then you would continue to pass that around until one person has 5 cartoons, and they will be the winner of Captoons. Now, as for the Hold'em variant, this one is going to be involving the money, and each person is going to start with $75. You're going to be putting in antes at the beginning of each round, and you're going to have a big old pot at the center of the table, and you're essentially going to be betting on if you think yours is the funniest or not. There'll be various different rounds of betting, and if you can successfully stay in the round, continue betting, and you get picked to have the funniest cartoon, caption, whatever, you're going to take all the money in the middle, and the person at the end of the game who has the most money at that point will be the winner. And that, in a nutshell, is how Captoons is played.
Alright then, Captoons, currently on a Kickstarter near you. I do want to mention that what you see right here is a promotional copy, and what was in the middle video was a promotional copy. What you see when you get it may be very different. So, Captoons, what are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, it is a very similar to other games such as Cards Against Humanity, Help Wanted, Apples to Apples, all those various different games where it's just a judge and you're playing down cards and you're trying to appeal to the judge. So if you're not into the whole judge mechanic where one person is going to be deciding who divvies up the points and who gets points, this one might not be for you. Also, if you don't have a crowd that is going to be digging this kind of humor, this one is definitely not going to be for you. This is probably one you might not bust out during church group or at a family get-together with Grandma and 12-year-old Billy. It's just not going to scratch that itch. Also, sometimes you'll just get stuck in the middle of the game where you got all these cards in your hand and some of them are just not that good. And there's going to be times where just nothing in your hand is going to be funny for what you're playing and you just have to throw away a card. And that's just the nature of the beast in this kind of game. You know, it happens in all the other types of game like this as well. Moving on to the pros, though, if this one looks like it might be for you, it is. Go back it. It's a lot of fun. End of the discussion. If you like games like the ones I mentioned, Help Wanted, Cards Against Humanity, Say Anything, stuff like that, this one definitely fits that bill. And the key here is the cartoons are good, and there's 80 cartoons, so you're going to have a lot of replayability. There's tons of different captions, and some of them you just read them and they make you laugh, and sometimes they don't fit at all, and sometimes they fit so perfectly that you just start giggling non-stop, incessantly, and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait till everybody reads this. It's going to be so funny. And that happens a lot in this game. Now, I didn't get too much into the second variant, which has the wagering and the betting, the Hold'em variant. That's because I didn't really like it. I mean, it's there, it's nice they added it, but I definitely think that it's just unnecessary. I mean, sure, it adds a little bit more gaminess into this game, but my feeling is that I think when you're playing a game like this, you don't want that gaminess. You want simplicity. You want to be able to play this game on your first beer or on your 12th beer and still be able to successfully play and have a blast. And when you add in all the paper money and all the other various different things, that's just kind of screws up that whole thing right there. Also, it is paper money, but I will say it's humorous paper money, so I guess I can let that slide. Overall, Captoons, if this looks like it might be your type of game, it is a must-buy. It is hilarious. I love this game. I wish I would have came up with the idea for this game. I love the artwork. I love the captions.
I love this as a party game. It is a blast to play. It is a blast to watch other people play, and it will have you laughing incessantly if you have this sort of sense of humor. Captoons, currently on a Kickstarter near you. Click on the link down below. Tell them Bowers Game Corner sent you. Also, in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite inappropriate adult party game, because I love them. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks for your time, YouTube. That was supposed to go all the way over there.
That was the review for Captoons. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bowers Game Corner.